It feels ridiculous to even say this after 2 decades, but are we actually close this time? Like, for real? The latest leaks tied to Project White Sands have completely reignited the Half-Life 3 conversation. And unlike the usual noise, this feels different. We've got Source 2 code references, dev credits leaking, and now Valve just announced a new Steam Machine and VR headset for early 2026. Valve doesn't release hardware without software to back it up, so the dots are starting to connect. But let's be real. Even if it's happening, we aren't playing it tomorrow. So what do we play now? 2025 has quietly become a golden era for narrative shooters. We're seeing a wave of games that capture that specific Half-Life energy: physics puzzles, lonely worlds, and environmental storytelling. Here are the upcoming titles you need to wishlist, and the ones that drop this year that you absolutely need to play. Let's start with the games still on the horizon. First up, and the one giving me the biggest City 17 vibes, is Industria 2. If you played the first one, you know it was a love letter to the Source Engine era. The sequel picks up years later with Nora, who is stranded in a parallel dimension. She's stuck in a mysterious boreal landscape, think thick forests and cold coasts, that's being consumed by a rogue AI called Atlas. The setup is haunting. You're surviving in an abandoned chapel, trying to get back to 1989 East Berlin. But naturally, unforeseen consequences pull you right into the heart of the machine. Gameplay-wise, this is my jam. It's immersive and slow-paced. No floating menus, just a diegetic inventory and physics-based puzzles. You have to physically manipulate the world to solve problems. It's a tight, focused 4 to 6 hour indie experience. No filler, just pure atmosphere. So Industria handles the eerie silence. But for the weird science and chaos, we look to Atomic Heart 2. Munfish is back, and they aren't just staying in one facility anymore. The sequel takes the retro-futuristic Soviet nightmare to a global scale. They're doubling down on the RPG elements and promising a living world with way more player freedom. The big change here is the combat. They've completely re-engineered it for dual wielding. You can now seamlessly combine your glove abilities, like telekinesis or freezing, in one hand while firing a weapon with the other. It looks chaotic, beautiful, and exactly what the franchise needed to evolve. Now let's pivot to something that takes the genre and throws it into a blender of absurdity: High on Life 2. The stakes are personal this time. A figure from your past has put a price on your sister's head, so you're teaming up with those talking guns again to take down an evil pharmaceutical conglomerate. The game is leaning hard into the movement shooter trend. They've added a skateboard mechanic that lets you grind rails and kickflip alien cops in the face. It adds a layer of speed and verticality the first game was missing. If you need a palate cleanser from serious sci-fi, this is it. And the final massive title we are still waiting for is Judas. The father of BioShock, Ken Levine, is finally back. You're trapped on a disintegrating starship, and your survival depends on making or breaking alliances with your worst enemies. It's leaning heavily into narrative Legos, dynamic storytelling where your choices actually break and rebuild the game world. It looks incredible, and it's easily one of the most anticipated shooters coming in the near future. Okay, those are on the horizon, but we are late in 2025 right now, and some absolute bangers dropped earlier this year. Back in April, we got Skin Deep. If you love the interactivity of Half-Life but wish it had die-hard energy, play this. You aren't a super soldier, you're an insurance policy frozen on a cargo ship. When pirates attack, you unthaw to handle it. The catch? You have no shoes. The immersive sim elements are wild. Sneezing gives away your position, and running barefoot means getting glass stuck in your feet. It's stressful, hilarious, and grounds you in the world in a way most shooters are too scared to try. If Skin Deep is about moving slow, Metal Eden, which just dropped in September, is about moving fast. You play as Asuka, an android on a suicide mission to a monolithic orbital city. This game trades stealth for pure verticality. You're wall running, grappling, and using a jetpack to dominate the air. The standout mechanic is transforming into an armored ram ball, literally rolling into action to smash through enemies. It feels like an arcade shooter mixed with cybernetic warfare. If you missed this a few months ago, go pick it up. Then we have the brain burner of the group, Psycho Patrol R, released back in March. This is a mecha FPS hybrid set in a decaying pan-Europa where the battleground is the human brain. The gameplay loop is incredibly unique. 1 minute you're on foot doing detective work with DNA sniffers, the next you're piloting a V-Stalker mech using 120mm cannons. It's open, non-linear, and weirdly philosophical. If you want that dystopian Valve vibe mixed with anime-style mech complexity, this is a hidden gem. But let's be honest, sometimes you just want the real deal. And while we wait for Valve, the community actually delivered late last year with Project Borealis Prologue. This is a massive Unreal Engine 5 fan project based on the leaked Half-Life 2 Episode 3 script. It drops you into a snow-covered Ravenholm, and the attention to detail is staggering. It moves like Half-Life, sounds like Half-Life, but looks next-gen. It is essential playing. With the new Steam hardware coming in 2026 and Project White Sands lurking in the background, the next few years are going to be wild. But right now, between the upcoming hype of Judas and the released gems like Skin Deep, the genre is in a really good place. What do you guys think? Does the new hardware announcement confirm Half-Life 3 for you, or is Valve just trolling us again? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching Magic Game World.